Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai.
I want to talk about Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. So to give some background, history, how we've come to this stage, how we've come to this point. We're sitting here in Birmingham. There's thousands and millions of people who've heard about Krishna consciousness. How does that happen? Caitanya Mahaprabhu, I've related something about his life history. And also we've discussed his mission, why he came. Both the external aspect of his mission, which is to spread the chanting of the holy name, and also the internal aspect of his mission. He wants to taste, he's the Supreme Lord, and he wants to taste devotional service. And especially, he wants to taste the mood of Srimati Radhika. So, but Caitanya Mahaprabhu wasn't alone. Like, for example, we chant Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Shri Bhakti. So there were hundreds and thousands of associates of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. And I want to talk about just a few of the prominent ones. Well, the most prominent of his associates, Panchatattva. Panchatattva means 5 personalities, 5 realities. Tattva means realities or truth. So Panchatattva, the mantra describes these. Sri Krishna Caitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivas, Adi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Means Sri Krishna Caitanya himself, Prabhu, and Sri Nityananda Prabhu, then Advaita Acharya, and Shivas Thakur, Gadadhar Pandit, and Adi Gaur Bhaktivinoda means they're heading up, especially Shivas Thakur is heading up all the other devotees of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Krishna Caitanya described about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, his life. Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu, he's a little older than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when he was young, he was born in an elevated Brahmana family, and he was always completely ecstatic in devotional service. He was always playing with they would play Krishna pastimes. He would play with his friends. His father and mother were so devoted to him. But one day, a sannyasi came to the house and said, "Oh, I want to ask a boon. I want to beg." So I said, "Yes, whatever you ask for." So he said, "I want to take your boy with me." And they were thunderstruck, grief-struck. How could they live? Like his father, when he was walking between the rice fields, he would walk and he'd just be all the time looking back at Nityananda. He couldn't live without looking at Nityananda. He'd die. Anyway, they agreed, and Nityananda Prabhu left, and then his parents, they lived for a little time and then they passed away in separation. And the whole town became bereft of, everyone was in separation from Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu went on pilgrimage, and on the pilgrimage he met with Madhavendra Puripad. So before I said that Madhavendra Puri, he's the source of ecstatic Braj Prem in our disciplic line, in our Sampradaya. He was the first in our Sampradaya to manifest this Braj Prem. And then his disciple, Ishwara Puri. And then Ishwara Puri's disciple is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Nityananda Prabhu, he associated with Sri Madhavendra Puri, and he became so ecstatic. Later on, he went to Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, he was waiting. He's always in the mood of cowherd boy, like Baladev. Actually, Nityananda Prabhu, he's Baladev. who's appeared in Gaura-lila. Baladeva is the original spiritual master. Nityananda Prabhu, he's the original spiritual master. He was waiting in Vrindavan, waiting, where, Kota Kanai, where's my Kanai? Where's my Krishna? And he was staying in a place called Nityanandavat now. Nityanandavat, that's the place also where Krishna decorated Srimati Radhika. It's also called Shringavad. It's where Krishna decorated Srimati Radhika during the Rasa Leela. So Nityananda Prabhu, he was staying there, and then a voice from the sky said, your Kanai is now in Navadvip. And he's begun his pastimes, his Sankirtan pastimes. So Nityananda Prabhu, immediately he left from Vrindavan and he went to Navadvip to meet with Chaitanya, Nimai Pandit, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he announced to his devotees, I had an amazing dream. Very elevated personality came, a great chariot. So I want you to find him. And so they all went searching, all through Navadvip, all through Mayapur. They couldn't find him anywhere. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, okay, we'll find him. And he went straight to the house of Nandanacharya. And there he found Nityananda Prabhu. And everyone was amazed. Such beautifully dressed, beautiful form, and his ecstatic emotions. And then Mukunda, he began chanting verses praising Krishna. Krishna's beauty as he's coming out of the forest or going into the forest with the cowherd boys. Barha Pidam Natabarava. And then Nityananda Prabhu, he went mad. So, in this way, the devotees understood what a great personality he is. So Nityananda Prabhu, he was performing Sankirtan pastimes with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Puri, Nityananda Prabhu went with him. On the way, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, somehow or other, he got hold of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's danda, sannyas danda, and he broke it in three parts and he threw it into Ganga. And later Nityananda Prabhu said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, where's my danda? And he said, you were rolling in ecstasy and you broke it, so I just threw it away. Actually, he's thinking that, and one of the reasons, he's thinking that actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the supreme personality of God. Why should he have to carry a danda? Like a sannyasi, he's not sannyasi. There's so many reasons. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pretended he was angry and he went on ahead, he went on to Puri ahead, and then he fainted in front of Jagannath, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya took him, and then Nityananda Prabhu and the others, they came with him. After some time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Nityananda Prabhu that he should stay in Bengal and he should preach in Bengal. So Nityananda Prabhu, he's most merciful, more merciful even than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, when they were performing their Sankirtan pastimes, it was Nityananda Prabhu who met with Jagai and Madhai, these mad, drunken, kind of ex-brahmanas. And Madhai threw a clay pot, broken clay pot at Nityananda Prabhu and cut his head. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that, he was going to kill them with the Sudarshan Chakra. But Nityananda Prabhu, he begged for mercy. He said, no, you can't. In this incarnation, you're not allowed to kill. You kill their mentality. So then Jagai, he took shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Madhai, he said, but what about me? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, you've hurt my Nitai, I can't give you mercy. You have to get mercy from Nityananda Prabhu. And Madhai was praying at the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu embraced him, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced. So they both became extraordinary devotees. So Nityananda Prabhu, he's even more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. More merciful. So he stayed in Bengal, and he was preaching. There's so many pastimes with, like when he was staying with Shivas Thakur, he had an amazing relationship with Shivas Thakur. He's just like a little boy. He's like 7 foot tall. But he used to play in the dust like a little boy. Sometimes he'd just take his clothes off, wrap his dhoti around his head like a turban. Then he'd come running into Shivas Thakur's house and just jump, sit in her lap. starts sucking her breast, just like a little baby. One time Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, you're going to have to get rid of this Nita. He's like a madman. He'll spoil your reputation completely. She was like, I can't. He's like my life and soul. Caitanya Mahaprabhu was so pleased. So, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita. Advaita Acharya, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, it's said that he's Lord Shiva, Sadashiv. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's said that he's Mahavishnu. But actually, Hari Hara, Vishnu and Shiv are non-different, or Shiv is non-different from Vishnu. But there's a difference also. He's anyway. That's another discussion. So Advaita Acharya, he's a very, very exalted person. He was in school with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grandfather. So he's very much senior to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai. And he had a school. He used to teach Vishwarup, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's older brother. At one time, Vishwarup was in school. Nobody knew who Nimai was. Even Advaita Acharya, somehow or other he was covered. He didn't recognize. So one time, Vishwarup was in school, and Nimai came running in to get Vishwarup to come back for lunch. So he just came in. He got no clothes on, just a very little boy. So beautiful, golden, so gorgeous, everything, his skin, his face, everything. He came running in and tugged at Vishwarup's hand, and then they went off together. And everyone else was like, and Advaita looked at him, and Nimai looked at Advaita. Oh, you don't know me. Okay, in the future you'll know. And then they went, and everyone they were just stunned. They couldn't continue with the lesson. It was just so charming. So later on, Nimai Pandit went to Gaya, related, and he met Ishwara Puripad there. He got initiation from Ishwara Puripad, and he went mad. And when he came back, returned, so after some time he revealed who he actually was. So Advaita Acharya, he hid himself. He said, if he's the Lord. First of all, actually, Nimai, he came with Gadadhar Pandit. And Nimai was in ecstasy. So he came into Advaita Acharya's house with Gadadhar Pandit. Nimai Pandit and Gadadhar Pandit, they were roughly the same age. And Nimai started exhibiting ecstasies. He rolling on the ground and fainting and like that. And Advaita Acharya was worshipping him. Gadadhar Pandit is looking at him. He couldn't understand that at that time. Although he's a member of the Panchatattva, but still by Yogamaya's influence, he couldn't recognize who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was. He said to Advaita Acharya, "What? He's just a little boy. Why are you showing so much respect for him?" And Advaita Acharya laughed, and then Gadadhar Pandit, maybe he's the Supreme Lord. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed who he really was, he revealed that actually he's the Supreme Lord. And he sent one servant to Advaita Acharya and tell him. The servant didn't know where Advaita Acharya was living, but he just went to Shantipur, and he found Advaita Acharya immediately. He just went straight to his house, guided. And he told Advaita Acharya. And Advaita Acharya said, I'm going to hide. So he just went off to somebody else's house and hid. He said, if he's my Lord, he'll find me. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Shantipur, and immediately he went to the house where Advaita was. And then Advaita was worshipping him, and he was in so much ecstasy. Now Advaita was the one who called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born. He was screaming, worshipping. He was worshipping Shalagram Shila. He heard that the Lord sells himself to anyone who worships him with just a little tulsi water and Shalagram Shila, worship and tulsi and Ganga water. So he was shouting to the Lord to come and manifest himself. And Narayan's throne was shaking by Vaikuntha. So when he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibit his Bhagavata, the fact that he's the Lord, he was so ecstatic. So Advaita, he was part of Chaitanya, he was always there in the kirtans with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preaching. He was also a very, very elevated member of the Brahmana community. And then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Puri, Advaita Acharya would come with all the devotees. Every year they would come for the 4 months of the rainy season. And they would spend the 4 months of the rainy season in Puri. And they would go to the Rath Yatra ceremony, to the Rath Yatra procession with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then they would stay there, and different devotees from Mayapur, they would invite Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for lunch every day. So Advaita Acharya, he was there. He called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in the end, he sent Chaitanya Mahaprabhu back. Didn't send him back, but he sent him a note saying that, you came to sell rice. Well, I'm telling you, everyone in the marketplace is full of rice. Everyone's got rice. There's no more need for rice. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, somebody asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what does that mean? What does that note mean? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Advaita Acharya, he's very powerful. He can call the deity, and now he's sending the deity away. Like in puja, we call the deities, and then at the end offer flowers, and you ask them to return. So Advaita Acharya was saying like that. But he'd called, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying like that Advaita Acharya had called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and now he was sending back. After that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was simply engaged inwardly. He concentrated on tasting Radha Bhavan. For the next 6 years, he was just becoming more and more mad in devotional ecstasy, especially at night with Ramananda Roy and Saratnavana Goswami. And then after some time, so he left. And after he left, soon after he left, and Nityananda Prabhu left, Advaita Acharya left, Srivas Thakur left. So those two of the members of the Panchatattva. Hare Krishna.